Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Wednesday. Remember, it's a short week. 4th of July weekend. For those of you still in town, going to be a big travel day. A lot of people going to be driving. Be safe out there. Don't let anything blow up in your hand either. I remember, things have changed a lot. Remember when I was a kid, there were still states that banned fireworks, but not nearly as many, and nobody really cared, right? You'd light them off, and kids, they'd blow up in your hand, and this and that, and, now they got all these rules, and most of the places you can't even use them anymore, and I don't know, it's just different. Not that it's bad, I get it, right? People blow their hand off and start fires and all that stuff, so I guess, I don't know. It's just like anything else in America, right? Everybody wants to make sure you're safe. Yeah, usually that means less freedom, doesn't it? 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number. Gold, silver, text it. I'll tell you right, we got a really good show for everybody. I'm going to do this. I'm going to let everyone know. Probably every Wednesday is going to be, we'll spend more time on Text It on Wednesdays going forward. Bobby has a big meeting every Tuesday. If you are a minor, if you've already joined up, you can listen. Man, yesterday was incredible. I'm going to update you on that. We will have our Phoenix get together. Here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need everybody to kind of RSVP with how many people you're going to come, whether it's just yourself, maybe you're going to bring someone that you want, maybe would like to sign up or just wants to know more. It's going to be in 2 Wednesdays. I'll give right now, I am thinking that the location that I have in mind, got to have a place that's going to be big enough. There's a place off the 101 and the I-17 that I know has a big spot that we could put a lot of people in, 40, 50 people. But I don't want to say that's where we're going to do it until you guys let me know. So 2 Wednesdays from now. So not the 9th. Look, Wednesday the 16th. I believe it's the 16th. I'll have my wife double check that. And I'm thinking that it's going to be, somewhere between, say, 4 and 6. You guys can kind of let me know if you want to attend what works better. You want to have it a little later? You want to do it at 6? Or do you want to do it earlier? We can do that. But the Wednesday the 16th, I need you to call us at Patriot and let us know that you plan on attending. And I'll make a bunch more announcements, but I'd like to say by next week, get a good idea, right? Hey, if we got 20, 30 people already saying they're coming, then I'll finalize the location and we'll go from there. But that is going to be the day. Just keep that in mind. Obviously, we are closed on Friday this week. It's going to be a short week. allamericangold.com. I know this on Thursday. I'm going to put a bunch of sales up on allamericangold.com for you guys to partake in during the 4th of July holiday. And then, of course, we'll be back at it again on Monday. Now, because it's a short week this week, everything's got to get pushed up. We did get the ADP private sector jobs number today. Tomorrow, we're going to get jobless claims like we normally do, but we're also going to get the government number a day early. And all eyes will be on that. ADP, this is private sector. For those of you who know, who's ADP? Well, just to put it simply, they're a big payroll processor. They provide payroll services for a lot of companies. So they, kind of makes sense that they have their own little deal. Well, it didn't go very well. By the way, this was a June number. By the way, Challenger Gray in Christmas, right? They do the layoffs. Not great either. Boy, big job cuts in tech. Microsoft, 9,000 today. Intel, 10 to 20,000. Obviously, here in Phoenix, Intel, very big operator. But ADP said that the private sector jobs in the month of June was negative 33,000. That was, and I'll say that's shocking. But I don't want to overreact to it. ADP is a little, I don't want to wild, but they were expecting a gain of 100,000. So it was a big miss. On top of that, they went back to May and said that they only created 29,000 jobs. So according to ADP, May and June private sector jobs was a negative number. So again, I guess the good news is too late, Jay. Better hurry up with those rate cuts. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Let's take a quick look at the markets. And again, a lot of people are already kind of on the holiday, so it'll be, we could get some volatility. Right now, pretty calm. The Dow is down 50. The S&P's up 13. The Nasdaq's up 160. The 10-year note back up again, 428, 429, kind of just staying pat. A little bit surprising, especially with that bad jobs number. Crude oil's higher. Cushing, Oklahoma, bare bones. It is the lowest levels of stock going back to 2014 in Cushing, Oklahoma. So, we've had pretty cheap gas, and thankfully the Iran thing didn't last too long, but that's going to probably keep oil prices from going any lower from here. It was down like 1.5 million barrels at Cushing. It was a big number. Gold's up 4, 33.42. Silver up 41, 36.40. Again, continue to be diversified here. Be smart. We did get a trade deal today. Now, remember, January 9th, something's supposed to happen. I don't know, right? I don't think anybody knows. That's the deadline. And, we got one deal. Ready? It was Vietnam. 20% tariffs on anything Vietnam ships to the United States. But the big one was a 40% tariff on what they're calling transshipping. What does that mean? Really simply put, hey, if China makes a bunch of stuff and then sends it to you to send to us, we're going to hit you at 40%. Right? And that's one of the things that a lot, like Apple, right? They were trying Nike. So 20% tariff on anything out of Vietnam, 40% for transshipping. We're going to get a zero tariff, which is great. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Unfortunately, we really don't sell anything to Vietnam, so I don't know. But Donald Trump thinks we're going to sell SUVs in Vietnam. Okay, I don't know. Maybe, right? But we're at zero, and we really didn't have a big tariff thing with Vietnam to begin with. Obviously, the big deal in that one is the transshipping deal. In other words, hey, companies, and people say China's not China. China doesn't do it. It would be the companies that do it. Hey, you can't keep building your crap in China and then sending it to Vietnam to pay less tariffs. So 40% on that. The Senate yesterday passed the big bill. It's in the House. They don't have the votes yet. We'll see. I think that's kind of going to be the big thing. Are they going to be able to get it done? Andy Biggs, he's a House representative here in Arizona, saying publicly it is unlikely to pass as is. Now, I hope, here's the problem, that I don't think they can do anything, right? It's either pass what the Senate said, or I don't know. I think if they make changes, it's got to go back to the Senate. I don't know exactly how all of this really works. The big problem I think most of them are having is this is going to devastate health care in rural areas. Just will. The way the Medicaid, Medicare cuts are going to be inflicted. I think that's probably the biggest sticking point. The part that makes me the maddest, why the heck do you get up to $40,000 in SALT deduction? If you live in a high-tax state, you should not benefit from that. But, we kind of knew that was going to happen, right, Jason? We'll just tax you less because your state taxes you more. If I was a state, I'd be like, hey, let's just start taxing them more because the government will tax you less, right? I mean, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me, but that's what they did.
Yeah. Not ever really excited every time they pass any bill. It's just worse and worse, right? Worse and worse, more and more, more and more and more. And, I think most likely we'll be around, Joe, when things really break bad. I mean, really break bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't think things are going to change. I think we haven't heard all those terms, right? The Great Reset, right? What happened to all the Great Reset talk? I think it's still happening. They just wanted to say it several years ago and then stop talking about it. So then what happened? They can say, "Oh, we warned you." I know there's a lot of stuff goes on in a 3, 4, 5 year period, but we told you it was all going to reset. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I don't know if this thing passes or not, but whatever ends up passing is going to be horrendous, no matter how you cut it. And I have a feeling, no matter what the number is, how much is going to what departments, once it gets in there, they're going to chop it up and put the money where it doesn't belong anyways. It's a big glob of money. They say that the money's supposed to go to specific places, but once they pass the bill, they can chop it up and put it wherever they want. So really, it's all about the number they're spending. That's really all that matters, and it's bigger. That's what matters.
Yeah, and then central banks continuing to add more gold. Not surprised. 9 actually reported this month. We had the usual players. China was in there, Turkey, the Czech Republic, Poland. But then we got new countries, Cambodia, the Philippines, Ghana, all adding to gold holdings, and of course we told you this is the plan. They're getting more diversified. Be your own central bank. Listen, who knows what tomorrow will bring with the job stuff, but $20 gold pieces, going to leave them here at $34.50, right? That's what, $107 over spot. Pretty crazy. Especially when you think about spot, $3,343. I mean, it's percentage-wise minuscule over spot. 5-ounce silver bars, $195. So you'd be under that $40 mark as silver's bumping up here on $36.50 at 800-951-0592. continue to protect your wealth. That's why are you buying gold? Why are you buying stuff? I'm going to protect my wealth. I'm going to take another 50,000, 100,000, and I'm basically buying insurance. Because I get it. Joe's right. And it doesn't matter. Trump lover, Trump hater, it doesn't matter. All that really matters is what are they going to do? And then let me make my plan. And here's what they've decided, and you all know this. Okay, we're going to cut taxes, and we're going to spend more money, and that's our plan. Right? Now, of course, they have to say, well, the debt's going to go down. Well, I guess some people will say the debt's going to go down now. Most people, right, okay, well, the debt's going to go up $3 more trillion. See, that's a nice way of saying it, isn't it? Hey, Jason, it's only going to add another 3.3 trillion. And people are like, oh, gosh, well, over 10 years, that's not that bad. Well, that equates to about $330 billion a year. What they don't say, oh, by the way, and that's added to the almost $3 trillion we already had, right? This is why Jason, listen, it's real simple. It's not even complicated math. The debt's going to double in 10 years. 2035, the debt will be double. Period. So whatever you put into gold and silver today, here's the best part. 10 years from now, you're going to be able to buy the same amount of stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be lucky if 100,000 a day buys $50,000 worth of stuff 10 years from now. This is how it works. That's why you buy your gold and silver. And here's what I'm telling you, and I've been telling you. Haven't I been telling you? Listen, I was one of those guys. Bitcoin, don't buy that. Why would I buy something like, you can't even tell me. Listen, it's one thing when you tell me to buy, I don't know, Tesla, right? Amazon, Meta, right? At least I know who owns it, right? And they're, they're on TV or, they got to disclose stuff. Bitcoin, we don't even know who owns it, right? Who created, we don't know. Some alias guy, right? This great thing that got bastardized by the banks. But I'll tell you right now, I missed it. I did. Because I didn't understand. Because I'm like, oh, the United States is never going to allow this to compete. Right? It'll go to zero. It's like tulips in Denmark or whatever, right? And I was wrong. New money's coming. It truly is. And you can tell. How can you tell? Look at all the rule changes that they're making. Now look at it. We've got the Treasury Secretary openly campaigning for stable coins, right? Because that's, quasi digital. And look, it's convenient. And it's faster. And, oh my gosh, it's going to be great. And ultimately, at the end of the day, here's the reality. We've been fortunate over the last 40 years, 50 years, that wages haven't kept up, but they were close, right? You didn't notice it so much, right? Yeah, okay, well, maybe I'm a little bit, but, I get a raise, and it's so gradual, you don't know. You don't notice that, God, I used to be middle class. Now I'm like lower middle class. I don't want to admit it, but that's what I am, right? Or I'm lower middle class. Now I'm just poor. Don't want to admit it, but that's what I am. Like today, all of us know $1 million is nothing. It's sad, isn't it? Sad. But that's where we are. Here's the thing. Over the next 10 years, it's going to become very evident. Wait a minute. Now it's not. Now it's really not keeping up. Yep, they paid me a few more bucks, but it wasn't enough. That's the next phase in this. You know, Jason likes to call it the peanut butter jar phase. Right? They're going to scrape everything that's left. There's going to be a few winners, and they're going to win big. Everybody else, you're going to be working. I'm confident of that. You'll be working. You won't be able to afford anything. You'll be on food stamps. You'll be on Social Security. Listen, Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, holy cow. It's here. It's here. They don't want to tell you it's here. It's here. One of the things that we loved about Texas and being a minor is if this thing goes, you have the ability to what? Supplement your income every day, every week, every month, if that's what you need. I'm going to give you the latest when we return. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason here on this Wednesday. $20 gold pieces, $34.50. Gold right now, $33.43. 5-ounce silver bars at $195 at 800-951-0592. Remember, we are closed Friday for 4th of July. You can always go to allamericangold.com and order. The Texas, Arizona meeting will be in 2 Wednesdays, the 16th. You can email, go to Patriot and email us, call us at 800-951-0592 and let us know that you're going to attend. And if you want it in the late afternoon or evening, let us know that too, because I want to make it so everyone, as many people as possible, can attend. For those of you, by the way, Colorado, no Wednesday meeting in Colorado today. I needed to put that out there. They've been having them every Wednesday. They're going to go. They're going to still have meetings in Colorado. It'll either be every other Wednesday or like once a month. And then here in Phoenix, we'll probably do something on an as-needed basis. Right now, I'm thinking that we'll do it at least once a month. If we need to go twice a month, we will. But no Colorado meeting
next Wednesday.
This Wednesday. It's next Wednesday.
It'll be next Wednesday. We were going to meet tomorrow, and Mike, and just situations, and we're going to do quite the meeting next Wednesday. We're really going to show people how to sign up to Dex Trade, because that's something that you may want to learn how to do, and how to. We're going to show at the meeting how to move coins off the wallet, the cold wallet, turn it into a hot wallet, send it through Dex Trade, and then we're also going to show how to sign people up, or how to get Mike or myself, if Joe were here, it would be into Joe, to help you sign people up, because now that the barrage of signups has been done a couple of weeks, now it's more important for us to help you guys sign people up.
Yep. We'll be doing the same.
Yeah, benefits you better. If you can learn how to sign people up, benefits you more, but we'll definitely do it for you, because it grows what everybody is doing, and it helps the entire Colorado team. So it's going to be. I highly suggest in Arizona that you get to the meeting. I highly suggest you make it a priority.
I'm gonna say this to those of you that are thinking about it: sign up now, because you're going to do it. Believe me, when you're at the meeting, I think you're going to be blown away. But why do I say that? Simply because you'll have your stuff if you sign up now. In other words, you'll have your coins, which you're going to need. You'll be able to follow along. You'll be seeing your dashboard. You'll at least be very familiar. It'll be a lot more beneficial when you can bring your stuff. And I'm going to tell everybody, listen, bring your coins with you. Bring your cell phone, your laptop, whatever you need so you guys can follow along with us. But I want to update everybody. For those of you that don't know what the hell we're talking about, sorry. But we've been talking about Texas Coin for several months now. It's a second opportunity at Bitcoin in the early stages. So let me give you some updates. Right now, we are a layer 1 crypto, which is we are in the building the mine stage. It has been incredible. We are over 8,000 miners now. Think about it. I'm like miner like 3,000. 8,000 miners. We're back to signing up 100 miners plus every single day. The power of the mine. This last week, the first of the P24s was installed and is now operational. That means a lot more mining power. This is a container. It holds 24 L9s. These things are kind of the Cadillacs of the mining industry, and they're in this oil to keep the heat down. This week, the second P24 comes online. You heard me right. Next week, the P48 comes online. It's the same thing as the 24s, but it's double, right? They built the thing that you can stack them and double it, and then I was telling you guys a few weeks ago about this mega. It's a shipping container that's been designed for data mining and designed for crypto. It arrived early. Matter of fact, for you miners that are on the Telegram, Texas Telegram page, you can see it. Boy, the thing's loud. It's really loud. It holds, ready for this, 200 miners. All of these are going to be fully operational here in the next, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? 3 weeks. Then, remember, as I told you, we have the mini miners. They're all going out, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them scattered across the state of Texas. We're going to have 9 of the mega miners in 9 different locations. All of that is coming. Yesterday, Bobby informed us they have finished developing their layer 2. That will be coming very quickly, way ahead of schedule. On top of that, Bobby started talking about what is going to be the plan to eventually get to Coinbase and Kraken. Here's where we're at. Well, we're coming up on the break. So let's just say this. Phase 1, build a much bigger mine. Check. Phase 2, get on more exchanges. I'm going to tell you about that when we get back. We're back here, Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason. $20 gold pieces, $34.50. 5-ounce silver bars at $195, at 800-951-0592. We've been talking about Texas. Yesterday, Bobby gave a big update. Huge. Mine growth is off the charts, way ahead of schedule. liquidity way ahead of schedule. But we're talking about the phases, right? Layer 1, build the mine. Check. And by the way, I mean, it's still got a long way to go. That's the crazy part. Next, to get on more exchanges. We're on 2, Bitmart and Dex Trade. We had some upgrades that needed to be done to the website that will allow the exchanges to do whatever they need to do to verify certain things. That is almost completed. Once that is done, we'll be on 2 more exchanges almost immediately. There's some paperwork, like anything else. You got to submit some paperwork and do all that stuff. But Bobby thinks that they are on track. Kraken and Coinbase in the October time frame. But what happens is we're actually 1 exchange away. There, you got to be listed on 3 exchanges for CoinMarketCap to be one. One of the things that makes you less risky is to be on these exchanges. We will officially have that done here. It looks like let's say the next 30 days. I don't know how long the process is once the upgrade has been done. It's paperwork. But in a matter of hopefully weeks, that will be done. That will also enhance the volume of trade. We're already knocking on that door of that 100,000 a day. I think we'll be well over that. But then Bobby said, get ready for a huge jump in volume. Swap TXC. He goes, I won't give you, I don't have details yet. But he said the volume is going to jump dramatically. Everybody better be ready. So that's an exciting development. Then, of course, the other part. So that was stage, I guess step 2. Step 1 was build out the mine, get bigger. Let's get on more exchanges, right? Okay, we're there. Let's try to get our ranking up. We will be one of the 50 highest ranked, I think, layer 1s once we do these things, I believe, by market cap. Don't quote me on that. The big news, though, was the swap TXC, and then, Jason, that they are ready, once they've gotten all these other things done, to start layer 2, which allows people to use our mine. We call it building on top of our mine. And who knows they can use it for anything, right? They can use it just for its computing power, right? They can use it to create apps that allows people to do transactions and all of these types of things. And so I honestly, and I've been saying this for a while, I think the next 60 days is going to be a big positive move for Texit, and I'm super excited. We're going to have our meeting here in a couple weeks. But guys, this thing is a freight. Here's what I know. There's a risk, you bet. It may not work. Honestly, it may not. I don't know. But here's what I know. This isn't a scam. It's not a Ponzi scheme. All of this stuff is being done. You can actually physically go and see it, which a bunch of people have. Here's the thing. One other thing, too, that I learned. So we are a permission-based coin, crypto. What does that mean? You can't use our mine without permission. Bitcoin, anybody can mine Bitcoin. We believe that there is value in the fact that we say not everyone can mine it. Matter of fact, as it sits right now, the only state you can mine it in is Texas. That's it. Now, of course, everyone knows Texas. Listen, you go out into the world, believe me, you go to the rice fields of Vietnam, the cow patties in China, they know Texas. Right? It has that reputation. It's only mined in America. I think Donald Trump, make America great. We think there's a lot of value to that. And it's the funny part is, tech-wise, is it the newest and greatest tech thing out there? No. You know what it is? It's better than the old tech stuff. But it's also, guess what? Everyone knows it works. It's another great thing. Yeah. Listen, I hope for those of you that you want to take a swing at something and have the potential to win really big. Hey, we may lose, but the potential to win big, it's here in Texas. Final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. So how do you sign up? How does it work? Think of it like a football stadium. It's just the Raider Stadium, right? Because, kind of the rebel, right? Hundreds of thousands of seats, okay? Each share that you buy, and I hate calling it a share, each seat you buy is $995. You only can buy 9 seats. It's the most you can buy. It's $8,955. When you buy 9 seats, you get 2 seats for free. So that means you get 11 seats. If you buy 5 seats, you get 1 seat for free, so you can get 6. What does that mean? That just means the more seats you have, the more power you get allocated, the more coins that you get every single day. By the way, I just want to mention, this is week 67. 67 for Texas. Right? It's getting there. Right? This isn't, take our word for it, right? Pie in the sky. Right? No. This is week 67. And the seats, there's over 8,000 miners. But most of these miners, listen, you buy 9, that's 11 seats. Right? The seats are filling up. The only way for you to get more power is you invite others. And then you get the credit. You invite somebody, they get a 9-pack, you get more seats. There's a bunch of... I don't want to go into all of that detail, but the more people you invite, the more seats you get. What's great is... I want to point this out. Some of you are like, I'll just go to Texas myself. MineTXE.com and sign up. They don't like that. Because they're going to ask you, if you do, they're going to ask you, well, how did you hear about it? Because you need to go somewhere in their program. Call us. It'll save you time. You'll get set up a lot faster. Believe me, I didn't know that, but just so you know, do it through us. Go see Jason. Call the radio station. Call down here. It doesn't matter. We'll get you going. And the cool part is, I don't want to do that. I want to talk to people about it. Great. You got your seats. You got 1 seat, 6 seats, 11 seats, however many seats you have. And you get your coins every day. Right now, they tell everybody, hey, about 200 days to get your money back. That doesn't, it's never happened. What I mean by that is it's always been shorter. Less than 180 days. And right now it's been trending like less than 120 days. You'll have enough coins in your account that you can sell them and get your money back. At the next meeting in Colorado, at the meeting in Phoenix that's coming up, we're going to show you how to do just that. Be able to turn those coins you're getting into money. Get signed up. Do it now. 800-951-0592. Jason and I, we're coming right back with the Half Empty Cup.